In Nairobi, we have 4 water sources, starting with Kikuyu Springs. Kikuyu Springs was developed in 1907, and it's a natural source of water, but it only provides 1% of our water. After that, in 1936, we had Ruiru Dam that was developed. That also provides just 4%. And then you go to Sasamua in Nyandarua County, which gives us 11%, and then Dakaine. The last development of a water source for Nairobi was in 1997. So the first issue with Nairobi water, or the water in Nairobi, is the quantity that actually comes in. We need almost 850,000, cubic meters of water, or million liters, if I say that, it's easier to understand. But all we have is 525,600. So there's a shortfall of 325. So the first project the government is doing that will help us with the quantity issue is the Northern Collector Tunnel. That, which ends at the end of 2023, will give us 140,000 million liters of water. So, and it's 94% done in terms of the tunnel, but only 30% done in terms of the pipeline. So we get the quantity. Once we get the quantity, we need to sort out the issue of the distribution of water.
Which is where the key problem is, because part of Nairobi's problem is also the planning, that we built houses everywhere and there was no plan on how infrastructure was going to get in and how other facilities were going to get in.
And you're spot on. So if you see a global capital like Nairobi, because Nairobi is not just what we see it as Kenyans, but what the globe sees it as. It's a global hub. Now the last exploration of water sources in 1997, we have a problem. If someone comes here and tells you that as governor they'll sort out water in a month, they're lying to you. The quantity issue will be sorted out by end of 2023. But beyond that, there are other shorter measures we can make. Yeah. So even by end of 2023, we'll have only added 140,000 million liters of water, plus what comes in the Northern Collector Tunnel 2. But in the meantime, there are other short-term things we can do. Number one, sort out the issue of infiltration of the current water distribution system. We have people, and you call them cartels, and I keep saying cartels are a lazy excuse for leaders who don't want to work, who have blocked the actual piping, closed it, closed levers, built houses, and have water bowsers moving around.
Sure.
That is not the solution, water bowsers. Use SCADA technology, for instance, in Nairobi, and you'll be able to tell, as governor, and that's why I picked a deputy governor who's good in systems and IT, that with SCADA technology, I can tell that in Mekato Hapa, Kariobangi, or in Langata, and those people who have been blocking water from reaching the residents of Nairobi will be stopped. So it's about governance, it's about the infrastructure, but more importantly, for a long-term solution, because there are no quick fixes for the city. And I'm sorry, there are no quick fixes. But we want diligence and resilience that will give us proper solutions. Let's add the quantity with Northern Collector 1 and 2. Beyond that, there are other projects that are being looked at. But while we're at it, let's have a corrupt-free regime in terms of water governance and water management. We'll use technology to make sure that there's distribution. There are areas in this city that have never had piping. If you go to Embakasi East in Utawala, if you go to Ruai, if you go to Mihango, there's never been any piping. So it can be solved. In the meantime, look at what NMS has been able to do. 100 boreholes. Of course, they're seasonal, but they've been able to serve wananchi, providing water directly to the people. As we sort it out, my dream for this city is that every house will have a tap of piped water. It is not about going with buckets.
In how long?
In the next, I have a 5-year term.
So in 5 years, you promise piped water?
Ultimately, by the end of 5 years, there will be piped water for everyone. Because you know something, James? More than 70% of Nairobians have never had a shower from the top.
Okay.
Nimando. Now, going to communal places of, buckets, because we don't even have the pressure. We want to sort it out, but you cannot sort out the problem if you don't understand what the cause of it was. So that is my promise, that we'll sort it out systematically and provide hope for the people.